Hello, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Wade. Tonight we're going to be preparing shrimp and grits. I've done some prep work, and the list tonight's a little bit long, so I went ahead and wrote it out to make sure I did not miss anything. We're going to have a 1/3 cup celery, a 1/2 cup pepper. I use the mini, but you could easily use bell pepper. 8 ounces of medium cheddar cheese, 1 can of chicken broth, 2 sticks butter. I've got a 1/3 stick because I always like to add some to my grits. A 1/4 cup real bacon bits. You're going to need grits. A 1/3 pound link sausage cut. A pound of shrimp peeled. You will need some Cajun seasoning, some seafood boiling season or seafood seasoning, heavy whipping cream, salt, pepper, and flour. So let's get started. We're going to start off in a large pan, putting 2 sticks butter. I'm going to put it on medium heat. I have already measured out my water. I'm going to do 6 servings of grits. I left 1 cup worth of water out of my grit recipe so that I can add milk to just make it a little bit creamier. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. Add a little bit of salt per the recipe on the grit container. Once our pan gets enough butter melted that the bottom is coated, we will add our celery and peppers. And then we will allow it to just continue to melt down so that we can actually saute the celery and peppers. I've got it cooking on about medium heat to just a little above. Gets it going to a good bubble. That way you can actually see how everything is cooking together and your peppers and celery are steaming. My sausage is already pre-cooked, but if your sausage is not cooked, make sure that you get it in quick enough to get it cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and add sausage. I'd allowed this to cook for about 3 to 5 minutes before I added my sausage, just to allow my peppers and the celery to have a little bit of time to simmer down. And then we're going to allow it to cook for about another 3 minutes, and then we will add our flour to start off our cream sauce. We've allowed this to cook for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to add our flour. This is all-purpose flour, and we're going to do three tablespoons. Then we stir the flour in and just allow the flour to cook for about 2 minutes before we start adding everything else. We're going to go ahead and add our grits because our water is getting warm. And stir them. You want to keep stirring this to make sure that it does not stick to the bottom of your pan. We're now going to go ahead and we're going to add our chicken broth, 1 can. We're going to add our bacon. Our heavy cream. We're going to do 1 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon of our seasoning. Each. Add a little salt. A little pepper. Be sure and keep your grits stirred so that they do not stick to the bottom. We're going to allow this to heat up and then we will add our shrimp. Our grits is getting close to being done, so we're going to add this cup of milk because you don't want to add it too quick because it will scorch on you. We have turned this down to allow it to simmer for just a couple of minutes to get the seasoning going. We're adding our cheese. And we're doing 2 tablespoons of butter. We're fixing to add our shrimp. Now your shrimp will need about 3 to 5 minutes to cook, and you will want them to turn pink, knowing that it is ready. And by adding the shrimp, we're going to turn it up just a little bit above medium to get that temperature to come back up. And be sure and keep your grits stirred, because once you add cheese, they can stick to the bottom. Cooking these shrimp make me think about something funny. Do you know why the Australian fisherman got kicked out of the toy store? No? Because he was throwing shrimp on the Barbie. Well, we now have our grits cooked and we have our shrimp in cream sauce done. So what we can do is we can actually start bowling it up. And you will see the completed dish, shrimp and grits. So good.